Hi everyone. Today we are going to see how IFRS 16 and the Indian Accounting Standard Ind AS 116 impacts and flows across the financial statement, especially with respect to right of use asset, lease liability, depreciation and interest expense. But a quick note, this is just a simple model to help you learn and build a strong understanding around lease flow. Real life leases can include things like incentives, upfront cost, variable rent, and other things. But for this video, we will keep it simple. And I will urge you to download the sheet and do it along with me, or at least try it once after watching the entire video. Doing it yourself really helps and reinforces your understanding. So let's jump right into it now.
Okay, so we are going to start with the discount rate. So this is basically the implicit cost of the lease, and it's generally considered the company's incremental borrowing rate. So let's just say it's 5%. So for our example, we will take the discount rate as 5%. Next input is the rent escalation rate. So because in many leases the rent increases every year, so let's assume 3%. Then we need the lease term. Let's assume 5 years. And finally, we will enter the rent. So let's assume it's 5,000. So here I have set up the time period. It's 0th period 1, 2. So this is a 5-year term lease. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's create a discount factor. What is discount factor? It is just 1 divided by 1 plus our discount rate. Log this discount rate. So F4 to the power R year. Drag this across and we can see 1.95. So it's a discount factor. Second, let's create a escalation factor for our rent as well. So this is again 1 into 1 plus our escalation rate. Again log this one F4 to the power year. So this is our escalation factor. Now let's create a rent schedule. So in the lease term it's 5,000 initially, but it is increasing. So what's our escalated rent? 5,000 into our escalation factor. So this is this one. Remember, for our case, we are assuming we are starting our P&L and balance sheet from year 1. You can use this 5,000 for year 1 as well, but here I am using the escalated amount, but that's fine. You can change it. PV of rent. Now for finding the present value of rent, what you need to do is you need to discount your rent. So we need to discount our year 1 rent to 0th year. So we will use our year 1 multiplied by the discount factor. So this is our present value of the rent. Because we are starting to pay from here, we don't have to discount our 0th year rent, because anyways we are not paying it. Our rent period starts from year 1. So we have to find the present value of our rent for year 1 to year 5. So the discount factor is exactly doing that. So let me just show you the formula as well. So what are we doing? Formula text, and you can see this is the formula. Similarly for this one, escalation, you can see from here. So this is what we are doing. Now what's the right of use asset? So this sum of the present value of all the rent is basically your right of use asset. So let's just sum all the rent, that the present value of the rent. So this is the right of use asset. So now we have right of use asset with us. And for starting year, for the simple case when you don't have any incentives or any fee associated with it, our lease liability is also equal to right of use asset. Now let's move to the P&L. So at the end of the day, we want a model that correctly reflects the lease in both the profit and loss statement and the balance sheet. So first we need to depreciate the right of use asset. So for our first line is right of use depreciation. And to keep it simple, we will assume straight line depreciation over the lease term. So as I mentioned, we are starting our P&L from here. We are starting our payment from year 1. So this is our right of use asset. Let's divide by year, term of period. Log this F4. So this is our straight line depreciation. Now the second item that will hit the P&L is the interest expense. So depreciation will hit the operating cost and interest will hit finance cost. For now, we will calculate interest properly inside the lease liability schedule and then link it here. So total lease cost in the P&L each year will be depreciation plus interest, and we are not showing any revenue. So it's the negative number in the P&L. So this plus our implicit interest. So this is our P&L number, right? And it's equal because we have assumed straight line depreciation. And again, just for simplicity, I'm not assuming any tax impacts in this example because we just want to see the impact of lease, how is it flowing to profit and loss and balance sheet. So that's the purpose. Now let's build the balance sheet. On the asset sides, we have right of use asset, which is equal to the present value of the rent that we calculated. This is our right of use asset. Right? Let's keep this line as a gross value. So this will be like this. And then right of use depreciation, we have already calculated it. So this is right of use depreciation. So our non-current asset will be gross ROU minus the accumulated depreciation. So how can you do that to calculate the accumulated depreciation? Sum of this first number and this you can lock and write this again without locking it or anchoring it and then move it across. So what is happening, I'll show you the second cell. So what is happening, it's locking the first cell and then but it is moving, so it's basically functioning as a cumulative sum. So this is our non-current asset. On the cash side, because we are paying rent, the cash will reduce by the rent paid each year, and because cash is a balance sheet line item, again we will track it as a cumulative impact. So first year cash will be, so this was our rent schedule, and because we are paying, so cash impact would be negative. And to calculate the cumulative sum, either you can add one by one and do it. I am doing it similar to the way that we did for the accumulated depreciation. So I lock the first one, but I'm not locking the second range. So now drag it. So this is our cumulative cash impact. So total asset, because these two are the impact on the balance sheet, one on your ROU and the other one on the cash. So your total asset will be sum of this plus this. So this is your total asset. So asset side, it's done. Now on the equity and the liability side, we will have profit for the year, right? Using which we will calculate retained earnings as cumulative profit. So let's just bring our profit number here. It's negative, of course. So our retained earning will be cumulatively negative. Again, we will use the same formula for the cumulative. This, lock it here. This, anchor your first number. Then make it flexible and control R. So this is your retained earning. Now the debt part or the lease liability part. At the start, as I mentioned, the lease liability equals the PV we calculated and the right of use asset. So this is equal to this one. Now let's do the tricky part. So interest expenses, let's come to the interest expense. Your interest expenses, your debt, I'm taking the previous year just to avoid any kind of circularity. So previous year into your interest rate, which is the discount rate here, and fix it. So this is our interest rate. As of now it shows 0, but once we will fill this up, that will be calculated. Now let's come back to this part again. So your lease liability is what? Your lease liability is your opening lease liability every year, right? Minus the rent that you're paying, because you are decreasing your liability with the rent that you're paying, plus the lease interest. Why plus? I'm saying you paid your rent, but the portion of that rent payment is equal to your lease interest. So the principal amount would be rent that you paid minus your lease interest. You can maybe write it like this: rent paid minus your lease interest. So basically, the impact on your lease liability, the reduction on your lease liability is equal to what you pay minus the lease interest, because the portion of what you're paying is equal to the lease interest. So this is the impact. Now let's just see how to do it. So this is our debt. I'm saying whatever we are paying as rent, so this is our rent payment. So it is reducing our liability, but the portion of that is interest expense. So we have to increase it by the interest expense. So this is how we do it. And now just drag it here. So your lease interest will be calculated here automatically, and you can see that your debt is also getting to zero at the end of your lease term, similar to your ROU. So both ROU and lease liability are getting zero. I hope this part is clear. So let me repeat it again. So your lease liability is, let's say, your principal amount. So you are reducing your principal amount by a number which is equivalent to what you're actually paying as a rent minus lease interest, because the portion of what you're paying is equal to the lease interest. So this is how we do it. Now let's calculate the total liabilities and equity. So sum this up plus this and drag it. So you can see that our balance sheet matches. So this is equal to this across 5 years. So this is basically it.
Later in another video, I will also explain how to account for leases in valuation. I have attached a few links if you want to read more on your own. If you like this video and found this helpful, hit like and subscribe for more finance and modeling tutorials like this. See you in the next one. Thank you.